So today I'm actually going to be doing a video on the newly released GLA canister filters. So if you haven't seen them yet, so GLA just came out not too long ago with their own stainless steel canisters. Much like ADA, obviously ADA is the one that kind of started the trend with the having really nice canisters with the stainless steel and all that. So, you know, Frozone, now GLA, and there's a couple other companies that kind of copied that trend. And yeah, I mean, it looks really good. You know, I have a super jet on this tank. I have super jets on all kinds of tanks. I love super jets. And I thought, why not, you know, give you guys a review and somewhat of a boxing of a GLA canister, because the only YouTube video on this canister right now is GLA themselves, and it's really not anything, you know, explain the filter, actually, you know, seeing it from a hobbyist standpoint and not, you know, just the company, because obviously they're going to be, you know, more biased, obviously, because it's their product. But either way, this is not like a bad review for this product. This is actually going to be a good one. This is a very nice canister, and I want to do unboxing because basically, to get to the point, I think this canister, if you can't get the ADA one, is the next best thing. And so I guess the real question would be, for some people is the ADA better or this better? And I wouldn't say the GLA is better. The ADA is definitely better, and I'll tell you later in the video. Once I guys show you it real quick and kind of explain some things, I'll tell you guys, you know, the comparisons and why I'd still probably choose ADA. But there are some very good things about the GLA one that I actually love that I wish ADA did. So we'll get to that in a few seconds. But so I got the small model, which is the 5-liter one, up to a 60 centimeter tank, which is actually what's going on. So it's a 5-liter canister. So I actually have the 3.5 Superjet 300 running this 45C. So this should be able to run this other 60 that I'm doing just fine. It can hold a lot of media, a lot more than what I have this Superjet on this tank, so this shouldn't be a problem at all. So to show you guys the box, you guys have probably seen the box, you know, on their YouTube and shop. So, you know, the Cool Nature box. I actually really like their box. You know, got all the necessary information, and then yeah, just the same, you know, Infinity logo throughout the whole box. So when you get it, I already unboxed it and already. So I'm pretty sure this model and then the 10-liter one, you will have to put together just the pump, and then I think the two biggest sizes, or it might just be the biggest. I forget if there's two more sizes or just one, because it goes up to a 15. It might go bigger, but those bigger sizes, the pump's already built on there. But these two smaller ones, you will have to put the pump on, but it's real simple. I already put it on, so I'll kind of explain what I did, but just so if you guys are confused, because it does give you just written instructions and not actually pictures, so some people might be confused how to put together. So I'll kind of show you guys how I did it too, so you guys, and of course if you have some questions, just let me know in the comments, or obviously I always have my Instagram JJ Aquariums as well, so you guys can send me pictures if you have problems. So yeah, so I got it already unboxed here. So when you get it, it will be wrapped in a sticky styrofoam, not styrofoam but bubble wrap, and so it's nice and protected, and you'll peel that all off. It will leave some marks on the stainless steel, just because that's what stainless steel does, is leaves marks, especially, you know, some sticky marks and fingerprints. But once you get it off and clean it up, it looks really, really nice. So I'll get this out of the box. So out of the box here. So here it is. Hopefully I can get that in the shot. So yeah, it looks very similar to the ADA one, of course. Of course, the pump is a little different than the ADA style, but other than that, really, really close. So the pump, real quick. So this will come off. This little, also you see this screws off, and so this will be on its own with this pump off, and so this simply just screws into the pump like this with the nozzle that shoots up, and then there's also this little stainless steel plate that you'll see on top, and this little ring that goes that you'll see that's separate will just go on. It'll just slide onto the motor here, and then you'll see the screws on top, and then you just put these screws and tighten them down, and that just holds the pump, you know, down onto the lid. And then this screws off, and they give you two different adapters if you want to use a 13 mil or a 16 mil, which is really nice. Obviously the input is always going to be a 16 on these, but you get the option if you want to downsize, if you want to add, you know, a smaller pipe for more pressure, more flow, so stuff like that. So I have the 16 on mine. I got two ADA Lily pipes that are 16 mil that I use on this tank, so that's what I'm going with. And So I guess to get to the features, so obviously I'm not gonna open up the canister just because it's hard, it takes too much time. It's a little hard on camera to get those latches off, but the canister doesn't come. So to get to the point of what's all included basically, so the canister stuff doesn't include any media, but it does have the two stainless trays that you'll get like you see in the 88 one, just to hold the media off the bottom a little bit, and then of course the one that goes right back on top. And it does include hose. I will say the hose is kind of black. It's clear, but it has like a tint to it. I think the reason they did that was so, like, grime and gunk doesn't actually show as much. But either way, I'm going to replace with 88 tubing anyway. I just didn't like the color of tubing they put on there. I just like crystal clear tubing, especially how often I clean my stuff. So I'd rather go with that clear stuff, but that hose is included. You don't get lily pipes. And other than that, yeah, no media, like I said, and then so yeah, you're just getting basically the body and the pump, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then of course you'll have clamps for the hose, so those hoses can stay on nice and tight, so they don't leak on you. And then yeah, some GLA stickers is also included in the box with instructions too. But so the thing with 88 and GLA, if for most of you guys are gonna want a comparison, so I would still choose 88, and this is why. So GLA, people are going to ask which one's cheaper, and you would think the GLA would be, because obviously 88 is always going to be the one that's known to be more expensive for everything, and the GLA is actually more money, and this is why. The GLA doesn't include anything, even the hose wise. Most people aren't going to use the hose, so not only do you have to buy another clear hose, you'll have to buy lily pipes if that's what you're going with, which if you're having this filter, you're putting on the nicer setup, so you will have lily pipes or at least stainless steel pipes. So either way, you're going to have to pay for pipes, which for a good set of 88 ones are going to be about $300 after tax. So that is what you, and then on top of that, you got to buy media. And I'm going to be putting matrix in mine, just filling it up with cycled. But either way, if you're going and buying more matrix, I mean, that's 5 liters that the thing holds, and if you're putting about 4 maybe in it, yeah, that's gonna be quite a bit of money of matrix. At least $50, maybe more. So added that cost, and so when you add all that up, this filter's already $400, and that's for the small one here, the SS one. And so full 100, you do plus 300, that's $700. And let's just say with everything else, you're gonna be into it about $800. The Superjet 300 that I run on this tank, that comes with all that stuff, the lily pipes, clear hose, even a spring brush to clean it, costs $500. And so, and you're getting 80 lily pipes, so that's something to really consider. And you might be wondering, why is the GLA more expensive anyway? And this is the reason why. The pump on the GLA is a DC pump. So that means it has a controller that hooks up to the pump, and you can actually control the flow of the canister, which is so sick. That's one of the things that's gonna have above 88, and that's one thing I wish 88 did have, because I would love, at first I used to run super jets on my super shallows all the time, but it was just too much flow. It was almost like a river, and that's why I actually took them off and put Owaza thermos on them for that reason. And if 88 had a control system for their pumps, I would have kept those super jets on those smaller nano tanks, for sure. And so that's one of the things that a lot of people will actually gear towards the GLA one because of that. I think that's so sick. And of course, standard setups, you're going to try to get as much flow as you can anyway without disturbing the livestock or nothing. So more than likely, I don't know if I would really be adjusting the flow, but to have that feature is so nice. And yeah, again, I wish 88 had that. So it does kind of suck on that point, but I'm sure now that this came out, 88 will see this, and hopefully maybe a version 3 Superjet will maybe have a DC pump that can more controllable, so that'd be cool. But yeah, in conclusion, I think I pretty much went through everything. So yeah, it's still really nice. I mean, literally build wise, I mean, 88 is still a little bit nicer. Their quality is just that much more. But I mean, for an American made company, and for what this is a very nice built canister. Obviously, this is going to be better than almost everything out there, including, obviously, except for the one, the original makers 88 for these style of canisters. But other than that, I mean, this is definitely, that top of the end canister, even with this price range, but Yeah, if you guys have any other questions on this, I'm hoping I kind of covered everything. This is going to be probably a little bit longer video, but I just really wanted to make a video on this. Of course, that's what I try to do with my channel is upload stuff that most, stuff that doesn't even get uploaded at all. With a lot of this higher end stuff, there's just not people showing it off that much, and that's why my channel's here to do. Obviously, I do a lot of ADA stuff. I do a lot of high end setups, so I'm always in access to a lot of these equipment, and I just want to always video everything I can so you guys can kind of get a good look of what this stuff is and what it has to offer and if it's any good. And I'll definitely be doing a review on this over time, so you might see that in the coming months or down the road. But I know for guarantee that's going to be just fine. It's an amazing filter. I know that from just people that have already used it. But yeah, in conclusion, I mean, if you're willing to spend that basically extra a lot of money, that extra $300 for that controllability on the DC pump, I mean, I would say go for it for sure. But other than that, I would just probably stick with the ADA Superjet at the end of the day. Um, for that reason that it doesn't come with lily pipes or really a clear hose, and ADA does include their spring brush to clean the lily pipes too. So it's just you just get a lot of value with ADA for what you're getting, which a lot of people don't even realize that stuff is included. And so a lot of people think it's just the canister itself when they don't realize that for that price range you're actually getting, instead of lily pipes, like I said, it's $300. You take the price of a 300, that's 500, and you take 300, that's $200 for basically everything else, and that's an amazing price, really. So what do you think about it? ADA is really, killing it when it comes to the prices for those super jets. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, definitely follow me on Instagram at JJ Aquariums if you want to send pictures and talk back and forth with me if you have any questions about stuff like this or any other stuff. But other than that, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.